Hi there again, Brian Moses back with you with another tip. People ask me all the time, can you help me increase my listing conversion? Nobody's interested in working harder, and if you're going to go on X number of appointments this year, if we can improve your efficiency, improve getting the contract signed, you don't have to go on as many appointments. People that are maintaining their efficiency, let's say they have to go on 4 appointments to get 1 listing signed. That's a lot of appointments, that's a lot of work. If we could get you 2 listings signed out of every 4 appointments, obviously your business is going to go up. So after you create a good benefits presentation, which we'll have more tips with you on how to create a powerful listing presentation with one that wows the seller so that they want to choose you. But when it gets time to ask for the order, you need to be prepared to make it easy for the seller to make a decision. And one of the things that we've done is we've created a guideline to market value. It's also known and referred to in the industry as a seller's net sheet. So I just want to kind of demonstrate when it gets to, after I've done the benefits presentation, and then I talked about comparable sales recently that have recently sold with the seller, I then ask them where they think their home should be priced to sell in today's market. I've provided them the information. I'm getting them to tell me what they think, so I'm not forcing a price down their throat, but I've guided them into a direction where they need to be. So they tell me, I don't know, Brian, 150,000. Okay, well, let's use that as a number. So we put average sales price 150,000. Mortgage payoff, it's going to be your biggest expense. What do sellers think the biggest expense is? That's right, your commission. That's incorrect, though. Their biggest expense, and you want to make sure that you mention it, your biggest expense, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, is your mortgage payoff. How much do you owe on your home approximately, if you don't already have that information? Or you said from when we pre-qualified, when I spoke with you on the phone, you owed $110,000 on the house. Brokerage fee, I pull out a calculator right there on the spot. I take the projected sales price times my commission. I'm not telling you what to charge. My fee was 7%. Fees are negotiable. Charge whatever you think that you're worth and you can justify and feel good about. But I would calculate that number into a dollar amount and put that number there. Then I would charge a transaction fee. And we're going to do little clips with you in the future, so stay tuned on how to articulate a transaction fee. I don't know who's calling me at this moment, but we'll just let it go. So I apologize for that. Interest proration. Their property taxes. I put to be determined. Any repairs that need to be done? Is there a prepayment penalty on your mortgage? Probably not, so I write no. Now watch this. Under inspections, I say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we make the buyer pay for any inspections associated with buying the house. Now you and I know that the buyer always pays for the inspections. But the sellers have only sold their house once every 4 or 5 years. They forget, they don't know the drill. And I've had countless sellers go, honey, look, Brian makes the buyer pay. The other agent didn't mention that. So it's a little tip. Closing fees, whatever they are in your state or county. And then points. Any points associated with getting a loan, we make the buyer pay. That's the language that I used at the listing presentation. Again, it gets the seller excited, make them feel like I'm negotiating on their behalf. No miscellaneous or hidden charges, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. And tax stamps to the state of New Hampshire, in my case, are X. Then I take my calculator, and silence is golden right here. They're waiting for the drum roll. They want to know what they're going to walk away with. And that's how they're going to be able to make a decision. See, telling somebody that their house is worth $150,000 means nothing to them. They're going to want to take their proceeds and buy. They're going to want to make sure they have equity. So we get to that number, that bottom number, after I punch all the numbers, and I say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is what you'll walk away with at closing based on these numbers. Will that work for you? And just let them respond. And we'll talk about handling objections down the road. But that's my tip for today, how to close the listing, and we do it with a net sheet. Take care. Have a great day. Happy selling.